Last year's Pixel Buds had some issues. This year's Pixel Buds A series at least promised to fix some of those issues at a lesser cost. On this week's All About Android, I did a full review of the Pixel Buds A series. That's next.
This is TWiT.
This episode of Hands on Tech is brought to you by Casper. When it comes to a better night's sleep, Casper's new cooling collection has you covered. Focus on tomorrow. Let Casper handle the rest. Explore Casper's products, mattresses, sheets, pillows, and more at casper.com/twit1 and use code TWIT1 for $100 off select mattresses. Here's kind of my thesis with the Pixel Buds A series. The A series. What do we know about the A series with Pixel phones? We know that Google, the last couple of years, has released their 3A and their 4A. Both times, those phones have done really well, done a really great job at taking the things, kind of like the core components, the elements of the Pixel phones that make them special, and then bringing them to a device that's way more affordable, but that delivers on the promise of like just like the magic of the Pixel, but just half the cost, let's say, as far as the phones are concerned. And so it makes sense that Google, if they're naming these Pixel Buds A series, that they be attempting to do the same thing with their earbuds. And so, you know, in my experience, I've used the 2020 version of the Pixel Buds a lot in the past year. I wouldn't say that they were at the top of my list. The Jabra Elite 85Ts, those are kind of my everyday go-to in-ear true wireless buds. The Pixel Buds, though, I would say were second. The problem was that the Pixel Buds, the last year's version, had some issues, right? They primarily, I would say the biggest issues were connectivity. A lot of people really complained, and myself included, I experienced this, where there would be dropouts, there would be, it would suddenly just stop being connected. It's almost like it felt like sometimes my head was in the way of the signal or something, and it was just really, it could be very annoying when you're listening to something and then you're getting those cutouts. And like, yes, true wireless earbuds do suffer from that from time to time because of Bluetooth technology and whatever. But for whatever reason, the Pixel Buds were particularly prone to it. And Google rolled out a series of firmware updates to try and address this over the last year. And, in some ways they were able to alleviate the problem somewhat, but they were never able to get rid of it entirely. Enter the Pixel Buds A series. And what you can see right off the bat is that there's a lot similar between the two. I mean, from the hardware perspective, the cases look almost identical. They are not identical. I mean, they both have the USB-C charging port on the bottom. They look very similar, except that the Pixel Buds A series is not wireless charging. Now, if you are a diehard wireless charging fanatic, that's going to bum you out. It really doesn't bum me out at all. I hardly use wireless charging as much as I've tried to get in the habit of it. I just plug my stuff in. And it's also a testament to the charge, that the case holds. 19 hours, which is reasonable, I would say. 19 hours of extra charge on the case. It was fine for me. I had no issues with keeping the case charged up. So very similar design by look. Wireless charging is an omission that is going to bum some people out, though. It also has a single LED on the front. It doesn't have the LED that connects into the earbuds, as you see right there on last year's model. Not a big deal. Totally not an end of end of the world sort of feature omission. The earbuds themselves. All right, so let me take these out, and you'll see. When I put them side by side, I mean, they are close. Like, they are very, very similar. What really stands out to me, just a couple of differences. On the Pixel Buds A series, it's more of a plastic design. You can see it's really kind of shiny compared to last year's Pixel Buds, which has more of a metal kind of body down here. So, okay, well, what does that also mean? In some ways, that could mean that they're more durable. Sometimes plastic is more durable than metal when it hits certain surfaces. It also means that it's a little bit lighter. So, and actually the overall design of this year's model is, I would say, a tiny bit smaller. It looks really close on this camera, but in my hand, it's a little bit more slender around the area that starts to go into the ear. You can also see, I I don't know if you can see that. There's more of like a metal grate on the inside of last year's model. This year's model, it's more of like a plastic tubing. But again, that's on the inside. That's like that. You never have to interact with that because you've got the ear tip on. So it really doesn't matter very much. Outside of that, it's got 2 pogo pins instead of 3 for charging. You'll never notice. It goes in the case, it charges just the same. It has 1 sensor versus 2 sensors on last year's model. You'll never notice because it still does a great job of detecting when it's in your ear, and when you pull it out of your ear, it still pauses and everything. So all said and done, yes, there are design changes, but they're design changes that are the right changes, right? Like if that's what they can bring the price down, you're not missing out on any major features as a result of that. So that's pretty awesome. Other things that I've noticed, this year's model does not have swipe for volume. It does have a touch pad, like this whole surface of the earbuds are touch sensitive, so I can tap, to play, pause, answer a call, that sort of stuff. I could tap and hold to summon assistant, but no swipe volume changes. Honestly, didn't bug me at all because my absolute favorite feature of the Pixel Buds is here, and that's the hands-free voice assistant. And I can make the exact volume change that I want with my voice. So I can say, hey, G, turn the volume up 30%, and boom, it does it. And I don't have to touch anything, So if I'm out for a run, I can just do that on the go. Great, it works. No attention alerts, which was an experimental feature anyways on last year's model, but this was a feature that when you turned it on, it would detect when like a dog's barking, and would go, oh, that's a dog barking, and it would lower the volume for you. Again, it's an experimental feature. I didn't really rely on that much on last year's model anyways, so totally didn't miss it. And that's mostly about it. All in all, they still have an excellent sound. I actually really do like the sound of last year's model, and the sound quality of this year's model is basically identical. I mean, it's basically the same technology as far as that's concerned. Both are IPX4 water resistant. That's the same as the AirPods Pro, by the way. Excellent integration with Android. So if you got a Pixel phone, you're going to get that fast pair. You're going to get that EQ. It's like integrated into settings. It's really nice how it ties into the phone. Same as last year's. Great call quality, had no issues with calls. Again, same experience as last year's. Battery life is a little meh, I'd say, compared to others that I've tried. 4 to 5 hours on the earbuds. And, I probably had to charge them a little bit more frequently than some of the other in-ear buds. I've been painting my daughter's room over the weekend and using these a lot. And I noticed that a little bit. But I could use either of the earbuds in my ear. They aren't one earbud doesn't connect to the other one, and then that other one to the phone. They both connect independently to the phone. So that's a really good feature. And then I would say the biggie is, Bluetooth 5.0, but this time there's a new chipset in the earbuds on the Pixel Buds A series. And this new chipset, Google says, is there to improve on that wireless connectivity issue that last year's model saw. And I can tell you in my time with this, I didn't have any dropouts. I didn't experience any of that. I don't know if it's going to happen down the line, but it definitely hasn't happened while I've been testing these over the past week and a half. So that's great news for anyone who's pointing to that and saying, hey, you burned me once, Google, don't burn me again. The value is extremely high here. I think for $99, it's kind of at the point where I'm like, okay, I don't know why you would buy last year's model. This year's model, yes, has a couple of trade-offs, but they're totally worth the $80 of savings. $99 is actually a really great price for what you get out of the Pixel Buds A series. And by the way, I just saw today that the Pixel Buds 2020 edition, they're out of stock on the Google store. I think Google might actually be in the process of phasing these out and just saying, hey, these don't exist anymore. Going forward, it's the Pixel Buds A series. I don't have confirmation that that's what they're saying, but that's what I'm led to believe because they're out of stock in a few different places. And if that's the case, I think it's a good move. I think Google made the right decision. They made the right trade-offs for the Pixel Buds A series. So that's my take. I think it's a pretty darn good value for $99. I like them a lot. This episode of Hands on Tech is brought to you by Casper. Love your tomorrow with Casper. The new Casper Cooling Collection has everything you need to help you sleep cool all night long. Casper's mattresses with new snow technology, hyperlight sheets, lightweight duvets, and breathable mattress protector are all designed to keep you cool and comfortable so you can't help but love your tomorrow. Tomorrow is a new day. You want to make the most of it, and you can with Casper's new cooling collection. Casper's Wave Hybrid Snow Mattress keeps you cool for more than 12 hours, pulling heat away from your body for sustained temperature regulation, a cool-to-the-touch feeling, and a much improved tomorrow. Better bedding makes for a better tomorrow as well, which is why Casper's Hyperlight sheets are designed with an innovative grid weave that lets air flow through for maximum breathability. And the lightweight duvet provides optimal temperature control without sacrificing plush comfort. Casper's breathable mattress protector improves the coolness of the bed even further by allowing air to flow between your body and the mattress. All of these are designed to work together to prevent overheating all night long, because cooler sleep means better sleep, and better sleep means better tomorrows. I have a Casper at home, and let me tell you, every tomorrow is a good tomorrow. We've got Casper mattresses in each and every room at home. I'm not kidding. Well, every bedroom anyways. We haven't brought a Casper mattress into our living room yet. Maybe someday. I'll leave the door open for that. But in the meantime, we've got Casper mattresses in all of our bedrooms. And let me tell you, with our kids, that means we all sleep in all the different beds. And I'm always assured a comfortable sleep, which means a better tomorrow. When it comes to a better night's sleep, Casper's new cooling collection has you covered. And as always, Casper offers free shipping and free returns. Don't forget that. Focus on tomorrow. Let Casper handle the rest. Explore Casper products, mattresses, sheets, pillows, and more at casper.com/twit1. Make sure and use code TWIT1 for $100 off select mattresses. That's code TWIT1. And you'll get $100 off select mattresses. Exclusions apply. See casper.com for more details. All right, I will open it for questions.
I will say it's tempting. You make a good case for it. And if I was not anti things inside my ear, I probably would be right there behind you. I was actually looking at them, and I'm like, man, these look really interesting. I just can't jam them in my ear.
Yeah, so. Understand. It's you got to be okay with that particular type of fit. It is the kind of fit that, kind of seeps into your ear canal. You know what I mean? It doesn't rest on the edge of your ear. It goes inside. You get a little bit of that plugging sensation.
That's what kills me. That's what kills me.
Although, as far as earbuds that do that are concerned, these are actually a little better because they do have the spatial vent, and that vent is there to reduce that effect. And so I don't feel that nearly as much with these as I do with, let's say, the Jabra Elite 85Ts. What I like about that plugging, though, is that it gets a nice seal. So when I want really nice deep bass or some of those low frequencies or whatever, or I just want to seal off the outside world, sometimes that sealing effect is good for that. So it's kind of a trade-off.
Flo, what do you think? Are you on board?
I mean, now I know at least how to tell people to spend $100 and get a reasonable, pair of earbuds, because whatever you get for under that is dubious.
Yeah,
and
can be.
Sometimes paying over that is just too much for some people.
Totally.
So $100, I feel, is it's a pretty approachable spot for a lot of people.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And I wonder if there's going to be, any sales on that going down to like $79, $99
yeah,
at some
definitely.
point. And if that's the
down
case,
to $70
bucks, yeah, jump on it. But I think even for $99, this is good. I think the comparison to the Pixel phones A series is completely apt. Like, it really is like that model, but applied to their earbuds, and they did a great job. Yet again, Google has proven that I don't know what it is about Google's decision making as far as its A series is concerned, but they do a good job at taking the essence of the more expensive thing and bringing it to the less expensive thing and calling it an A series thing. If that makes sense.
That was great. So many things.
No ads, just the content. That's what you get when you join Club Twit. You even get extras like Twit Plus, our new bonus feed just for members, and exclusive access to the Club Twit Discord community. Join now for just $7 a month and support Twit as we continue to create top-notch podcasts you expect and deserve. just getting started, so be one of the first to join as we build Club Twit from the ground up. You could be an early member. Go to twit.tv/clubtwit to learn more and sign up now. Thanks. Keep up with all the hottest tech news and gadgets. Visit twit.tv. There you'll be able to find and subscribe to all our tech shows. Thanks for watching Hands on Tech.